TriPod, baby. Episode 29. My name's Ryan.
My name's Jaaron.
My name is Jonas. Take it to the world. My name's Powys.
Nice. Got to get into the DMCAs pretty quick this ep.
Powys, Harrison, Jonas.
Oh, all right. We'll take that one.
And unofficial fourth Jonas brother.
And I do have two brothers.
Yeah, their names are Joe and what are their names? Nick and
you know it.
Kevin's the other
Kevin.
one, isn't it?
Kevin. Yeah.
No way.
Kevin. Yeah. He's the one everyone forgets about.
Yeah, he's the least attractive of the three.
Right.
Oh, right.
So that's probably why.
Who's the one that got married at 21?
That was the one.
Kevin?
That's why people forgot about him too, probably.
He's not a playboy.
Because he's not on the
They-
market.
Yeah, they all had the promise rings and stuff, didn't they? That was them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Well, because they were like the Disney, clean boy band thing. So,
Right.
got to be a good example for the kids because
Yeah, they were,
real people don't have sex before marriage. It doesn't happen. So
It's true.
That kind of trips me out because that was a big challenge to my kind of conspiracy, hyper media control thing. Was when Vanessa Hudgens, the girl from High School Musical, had some nude photos leaked,
Right.
like many years ago. And then I was really into tabloids back then. I was really into celebrities. Every day, PerezHilton.com.
nice.
Classic.
Catch up. Like there was maybe a year and a half that I did not miss a post. That like it was like Insta scroll until I'm at the last one. Okay, who did he line draw dicks on this time? Like anyway, but then I was reading like Star magazine one time and go, oh, here's Vanessa Hudgens like leaving church and stuff, and in the magazine they kind of allude to, oh, she's very publicly going to church to make up for these like nudes leaking.
Right.
And I'm thinking like even the big boys like Disney have to scramble to clean up these PR messes. I felt like they could just, flick a switch and just erase that from the freaking public's mind. But
I think shit's impossible, dude.
Straight.
I think that's their version of doing it, though.
I guess.
Because
Yeah.
if you bombard people with enough shit, they forget about what happened yesterday.
That's
Yeah.
That's probably the best strategy because otherwise you get like the Streisand effect. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
No,
it's
I'm
when
not.
somebody tries to get something removed from the internet, it will instead just propagate, all over the place. Like, you can't be deleted because as soon as people hear that you want it deleted, they are going to spread it like crazy. Right?
Yeah.
It's like you got I can't remember what the actual Streisand photo was, but you got like I'm sure you guys know like the one where Beyonce looks like fucking. She got punched in the face by something on stage. Like her face is all screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
She tried to get that deleted, and that didn't work. That's everywhere now.
Right.
So yeah, like it's just consistently that shit happens all the time. You
That's-
can't delete stuff from the internet.
That's
Sorry,
in line with some good old law of attraction stuff. When you say, instead of saying, I don't want to be poor, I don't want to be poor, I don't want to be poor, the universe's selective hearing just hears like poor, poor, poor.
God, why didn't poor people think of that, man?
Dude. But as opposed to, instead of just like going down that line saying, hey, I want to be this, or I want to be strong, I want to be wise, I want to learn through wisdom, I want to learn through experience, instead of, I don't want to have no friends anymore, send Streisand effect in the uni as well, just to take it to that irritual spay ipte.
The Streisand effect, I feel like that's like human nature in a nutshell.
Yeah, for sure.
You tell someone not to do something, like, fuck you, I'm
yeah,
going to
exactly.
do it.
Reverse psychology doesn't work. Hold up.
Right.
No, but reverse psychology might work.
Honestly, dude.
Does that make it just psychology because they cancel out?
Bro,
I'm not sure.
That's some fucking thesis level shit right there.
Math teachers in the comments. Can we hear about philosophical integers real quick?
So if I hit you with the reverse in Uno and then you hit me with the reverse, does it work that way? I need to brush up on my Uno rules here.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you counterspell the counterspell, does it cancel out? But they both happened in history.
That's just stack right there, Powys. That's stack,
true.
right?
That's
top
true.
to bottom. But
It's a
with
net
the
negative.
with the Uno thing, you know what? Apparently Uno, they said that you can't stack pickup cards on top of each other.
That's bullshit.
So if somebody plays like a pickup 2 card, you can't play a pickup 2 and make the next guy pick up 4. Which
No.
yeah, man.
That's not how you
that's-
play Uno.
that's the
Fuck
game.
that.
That's the
We
game.
play Renegade Uno then. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
for sure, dude. Absolutely. It's called
And-
strategy.
And friendships with a couple +4s stacked on each other. Fuck.
Bro, I'm getting hyped to play Uno right now.
Bro.
I love that.
It's actually up there for top card games.
It's pretty good.
I'm cracking Uno, man. I'm gonna go to the thrift shop and grip one real quick.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's like Crazy Eights, but just done way better.
Because I love that Renegade thing, you know? I mean, if you think about it, if you make something or do something, it's going to be level 1. You kind of show someone how to ride a bike. It's on them to take it off jumps. It's on them to go find these beautiful things. Dude, Renegade Uno would be like...
Yeah.
There's definitely some fundamental Monopoly rules that I ignored.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Play.
You have
Once the game is made, then like people playing it in a different way, like that's part of the joy of the game, man. Like,
Right.
you know, like they can't. I mean, they can say in the official rules, like standard Uno, that's not possible, right? But you know, in the game that most people like playing, you're definitely doing that shit.
Games need to have a Mario aspect to them.
What do you mean?
Elaborate.
In Mario games, the sports games, the Mario Party, you know, in Mario Party, for example, for the uninitiated, you try to get the most stars and the most coins, and stars are very difficult to get. There might only be 1 or 2 stars given out in the first 15 out of 20 turns, but then in the last 5 turns, they start dishing crazy stars. Anyone can win if you just stay in it. And it's kind of just true, even if the rules aren't catered to that. Because, you know, in soccer, if you're losing 5-0 with freaking 5 minutes to go, yeah, this game is done for sure. Then you get a cheeky goal that's pretty nice. Oh, the other team doesn't care. Then you get one more cheeky one. The other team's like, whoa, they just got 2 goals. And then they start to, like, smell that belief. Next thing you know, they're coming for blood. 6-5, hugest comeback in history. These things happen. And I just like in the small form games when there's a little bit more accommodation to such massive swings, you know?
That's fair.
Yeah. You get like a noob like Jaaron playing Mario Party. I land on 2 happening spaces that have stars in them. Don't even win a mini. Maybe win 1 mini game the whole game in Mario
Literally
Party.
a legend.
And you-
It's a
and you
legend
get
of
the
Mario
W?
Party, yeah.
What?
And you got the W?
No, because I didn't win any mini games or like collect enough coins in the game. But like I was in the conversation just from landing on
So
happening
sick.
spaces.
It was absolute Chad shit.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It was like beginner's luck in a nutshell.
Which is
It was,
beautiful.
like, one of my first times playing the game.
Yeah.
These guys are losing their minds, and I'm just like, okay, sure.
Casino principle, dude. You got to get that.
Right.
Oh, true. They're trying to get
Yeah.
me hooked on Mario Party. Just hit that slot machine. Just keep pulling that fucking
Oh,
lever.
that's crazy shit, dude. I think like my favorite form though of a game being made a certain way than people taking it and playing it in a different way it's definitely got to be the obvious choice here, playing Commander, dude. That's not it. Well, I mean, now it's an official format, but for like, you know, for years and years, it was just like a thing that fans made up on how to play, and like that's pretty much the only way I play Magic.
Oh, dude.
Like, I very rarely will do like a draft on the online game or something, but that's really it. It's just Commander.
I remember back in the day, you know, we would have our waves of Magic. I guess I had my waves, and Kevin Zach never really unplugged.
Right.
Zach kind of had a lot of time on the plane playing for the professional sports team that probably travels the most in the history of professional sport.
That's fair. You're far away, man.
Like, just like flying 20,000 kilometers for this game, flying back, flying there.
Yeah.
So dude was on a plane sculpting decks, then he comes home like, dude, this is sick. Kevin showed me Strictly Better back then, and he's like, you can build a sweet vampire deck for $50. I was like, say what? Build it, play it, but then because in the standard format of Magic the Gathering, you're allowed to have 4 of the same card.
Yeah.
And it would just be, okay, well, you in a 60 card deck, you have like 6 cards. You're gonna draw your card. He's gonna get his other card.
Yeah, you're looking for consistency, right?
Yeah, and I would just play Zach and just get murked by his deck, murked by his deck, murked by his deck. I'm like, sick. Your deck's $112 and mine's $50, and I'm getting destroyed. I know it doesn't always come down to the numbers, but when the guy breaks out those Gas Lords of the Fugue and those freaking 3 demigods and those Avarax was pretty powerful and his like zombies were pretty sick. But whatever. We grew tired of the format, and then one day it was like, yo, you ever heard of Commander? Like, what the hell is Commander? It's like people play with 100 cards. 100 card decks? No, 60 is the optimal way. Like, no, dude. Crack these hundies, and then it's fun. You have one of every type. And wait, only one? Yeah, whoa, except basic lands. Whoa. And then the fanfic just was sicker than the fucking shit.
Yeah, for sure, right? It's the most popular way to play the game now, too. Like, it's keeping the game alive, basically, and that's just a fan creation, right? They found a different way to play the game, which is sick. So, basically, this is a roundabout way of saying, I'm starting a 100-card singleton Uno format, and we're going head-to-head.
Let's go!
Dude, card games growing up, we didn't know, my bro and I didn't know how to fucking play Pokemon or play Yu-Gi-Oh! We just made up our own fucking rules.
Right.
Wow.
It was just like, I would just read what it said on the card and we would just kind of try and figure out what that effect meant.
Yeah,
and then just kind of play some rogue shit. The cards look sick.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's fun to collect, obviously.
I didn't know how to play Poke.
Yeah. Pokemon, that's a tough one, but I can't remember this kid's name, but there's this kid at Douglas, and you'd like play fucking Pokemon against him, and he had a Mewtwo, and then you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna use Flamethrower, and he's like, it doesn't affect, because like nothing affected Mewtwo in the show. And everyone's like, well, I don't think so, man. Like, like your guy's not just invincible.
Bro, was that Ethan?
No.
Copy.
I
bought I bought a Magic deck off Ethan. But yeah, dude, that's show and card lore coming together, like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show where they just fucking decide what the cards do every episode.
Like, oh, dude, Dark Magician pulls it off. Like, really? Because he can't even touch Blue Eyes.
He's like, Dark Magician does my taxes and finds a new loophole. He saved Grandpa's card shop. Like, wait, what? What's going on here?
That was actually how Jiva and I played. He had the fucking Yugi starter deck, and I had the Kaiba, so it had Dark Magician versus Blue Eyes all the time.
Yeah.
Clash!
It's like when that card came out, it was like, oh, fuck, it's about to happen. And then, like, pull some shit and kill your fucking best cards. Like, I don't even want to play anymore now.
Yeah.
All my other cards are whack. There's only, like, 2 other shinies in here.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Went off the rails, though, with, like, the fucking card effects and shit. It's just, there's like, a wall of text in every fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! card. Shit. Yeah, and they just fucking decide what they do every episode of the show. It gets pretty crazy in season 4 where they start playing Blue Eyes White Ethno State. That was a crazy card, man. That really went a little far.
I played Blonde Haired Dragon. What's his name? Orion? Wait! Yeah.
Aryan Stark.
I did learn to play the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Advance, or not on the Game Boy, and it was honestly one of the greatest games ever. I just couldn't. I was addicted. It was so good.
Like the card, the actual trading card game, or the
trading card game on the
Game Boy. Yeah.
Oh,
not like the one where you go and collect Pokemon and shit.
No.
Okay.
You play the cards. They're sick. It teaches you how to play the game so efficiently, hyper efficiently, freaking. Made by Wizards as well. Same people that make Magic make Pokemon.
Well, they used to. They don't do it anymore.
Well, whatever. Retcon. So, if you want to legally acquire that, play it. If you don't want to and you're a scumbag and you want to emulate it, it'll take like less than a megabyte on your device, and it's
that was a game changer.
Pokemon has a free like PC client. Like you can download it for free and play the game for free, and like it's cheap as hell to play Pokemon, man. The cards are like dirt cheap, and you can buy them. You can buy like digital cards for like pennies to make your deck in the Pokemon game. It's kind of fun. I played it once or twice, but I don't know. I don't know if I have that much room for more card games in my life.
grip that Charizard NFT.
Right.
Fuck.
I don't know if you can play Pokemon with an NFT.
Chari. Got charmed like Charmeleon, baby.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. We're gonna create a singleton NFT 100 card format. You bring 100 NFTs. It could be whatever the fuck you want. It's as long as it's an NFT, and then you just make up the rules as you go. Right?
Do you guys actually
I'm
know
gonna put
what
that out
NFT
into the
stands
world,
for?
and I'm gonna let the fans make a format that is gonna be more fun to play.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That way, I don't have to do the work.
Right. What does NFT stand for? guys know?
Non-fungible token.
NFT, NFT sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting movement. It's funny. Been talking about it with a couple people lately, but there's like some like DJs / producers that are releasing like exclusive tracks as NFTs and selling them for like tens of thousands. People are pissed.
Yeah.
Well, like, what? It's weird.
I'm not super up on the mechanics of the NFT, but so if they're releasing this like exclusive song or whatever as an NFT, somebody pays like a shitload of money for it, and they have like it's like having the original of a painting or something, though, right?
Basically,
like,
yeah.
It's still going to be probably at some point that song's going to find its way out into the ether, right? But then you've just paid a bunch so that you have like the stamp of authenticity on yours, I guess.
Yeah, it's a weird one with music, especially, right? Because as soon as someone gets their hands on it, like people have it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like owning an original painting, right? Like people can see the Mona Lisa all over the place, right? But if you have the Mona Lisa, like that's some good shit, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I just don't know if it
like
translates to music. I don't know if it translates to music, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it would translate more if it's like, I have this sick song and the only way you can hear it is if I show it to you.
Right.
Something like that. I don't know.
Maybe that's the intention, right? And I guess maybe the DJs or whatever like have no intention of putting it out anywhere else, right? So I guess it's up to whoever buys the NFT.
I mean, it's difficult with like something digital that's so easily replicable, and like, okay, someone owes the NFT of Undertaker throwing Mankind off Hell in a Cell and they bought it for $100,000.
Right.
Okay, sick. That shit is just like,
everywhere.
It's
already on YouTube. And
watch it. I can close my eyes and see it right now. Like,
exactly. The most replayed moment probably in wrestling history.
Dude, you could just...
Good God, God is my witness. He is broken in half.
But yeah. So, I don't know, I guess...
It's in a TriHards episode. Come on. It's in canon.
Yeah, come on.
It's true.
So,
TriHards
I mean,
NFT.
At the same time, though, you could replicate a Mona Lisa stroke for stroke and make a copy, and it's not the same. It's not as old. It doesn't have that charge of all that shit. But I honestly, at this juncture, and I'm open to having my mind change, I think money is just crazy and chaotic, and finance is fucking an asset. It's just a huge tornado of just like
it's all made up.
Dude, it's just like a story.
It's a social construct, man. Money is money because we say it is.
Yeah, it's just numbers in the fucking air somewhere.
If what is that freaking Varys line? A swordsman, a king, and a jester share a room. The jester orders or like whatever the frick, and it's like, I don't understand what you're saying. And he's just like, the power resides with the king. And he's like, power resides where people choose. It resides. Like,
oh, dude, that was a pretty sick episode.
That was word for word.
I totally remember
dude,
that.
Thrones. Remember?
Thrones, man.
Thrones. It's been a minute.
Remember?
Yeah.
They're coming back for another season.
Shut up.
No.
Fuck off.
No, they're trying to get people to rewatch it now. Like they're doing like big ad campaigns to get people to like re-marathon the show and stuff.
No.
One thing that was pretty cool that they put out though was they put out like specific watch orders. Right, so they're like, if you want to watch like Daenerys' story, here's all the episodes you watch and when to watch them. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. If you wanted to like rewatch like one character's story or whatever, it's like, here's the list of episodes you need to watch. Now that's kind of all right, but I still have no intention of rewatching the show.
It's hard, man, because like those early seasons are so good, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking good, but you know where it's going, and it just ruins the rewatch value.
Hurts even more.
I remember. what got me into Thrones was 9gag.
Right.
9gag.
I don't know if podheads have heard this story. You guys might have. But I was on 9gag one time and I saw this comic strip of Cersei and Littlefinger.
Right, yeah.
And freaking Littlefinger's like, she's like, how did you know that? And he's just like, knowledge is power. And then Cersei's like, guards, grab him. And I'm scrolling, like reading every frame, like, what? So intrigued, know nothing about these characters, know nothing about Thrones at this point. Like, one of my first exposures to Game of Thrones is season 2. Guards, grab him. Like, okay, unhand him. What? No, grab him again. What? Now step away. Huh? Now spin in a circle 3 times. And then she's like, power is power. I'm like, oh! Text it to Rossi. I'm like, dude, how sick is this? He's like, bro, I've been telling you to watch Game of Thrones. You cannot sleep anymore. You have to watch. And I started watching.
Dude.
Can a man be brave if he's afraid? That's the only time a man can be brave. Like,
It's very cool.
What?
They are actually doing a spin-off.
Yeah,
up.
that's true.
Yeah, there's a Space Jam spin-off.
Oh.
Oh,
See,
fuck. Oh, God, no.
Oh.
I pushed it out of my brain. I pushed it out of my fucking brain.
Drogon, baby!
Bro, LeBron's coming in, riding the Night King, riding Drogon.
Why would they do this?
LeBron James is dunking on all you fucking Thrones fans.
Man. I guess it's
dude,
'cause
you're
they
hurting
know at
me.
this point the only people who still like the property wouldn't care. Right, like everybody who was mad about season 8 and shit, they know that we're just already fucking numb. They're like, we knew whatever we want with it now.
They pretty much every pop culture reference they could have fit in there. It's like, does Disney own everything, or is it Warner
they
Brothers?
kinda
Warner Bros.
Warner Bros.
It's like everything is from all these
Right,
different
right,
places. There's Disney shit. There's like Warner Brothers shit. There's all this stuff.
So for those that are uninitiated, we're referring to the Space Jam trailer.
Oh man.
Which is an absolute dopamine brain rape, hyper cyberpunk sex freak, pop culture mega dump in your face, in your throat, in your eyes, in your ears.
I think it'll still be a fun movie.
Honestly,
Dude, Gandalf was in the trailer.
He was?
His name was written on a whiteboard somewhere
Right.
for all the list of characters they're trying to bring. I don't know if he'll actually be in it.
And you know, I Ready Player One did a lot of stuff like that too, right? Just hard references. But for me, I just was ready for that, and I liked it. And there were surprises, and
I don't know. I hated that movie too.
Ready Player One?
Yeah, I really did.
Oh no!
I think it was like the ultimate like young adult sci-fi fantasy novel trope stuff, and so much of it was just like, it just felt to me that so much of it was like, hey, remember this thing, remember this thing that was in pop culture, remember this. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I get it, come on, like let's write a good story. And then the story was kind of boring.
Okay, dude, it's cheesy. It's like the classic.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's like it's the worst thing I ever saw or anything, right? It's
you weren't
it's
even
fun
popping
for
though.
what it is.
You weren't popping.
No.
Wow.
It was more like, you know, I was annoyed with all the shit going on in it. I think if it had been like a better story or something that I was more engaged with, I might have been more into it. But it was just so much like, I've consumed media. Have you consumed media?
I suppose that's fair.
And then the main character's a dick, and the whole story is about how like this fucking fantasy world is ruining everybody's lives, and so everybody needs to compete so that they can live in the fantasy world forever. And then like the fantasy world's a good thing, but no, it's a bad thing. Like, I don't know. I might have to brush up on what the story was, but it was very much like wait, what's the point of anyone doing any of this shit? It's supposed to be like the fantasy world is bad, but they all want to be in the fantasy world forever. And then it turns out at the end that he wins, and then he is the king of the fantasy world. But I thought the fantasy world was bad.
Spoilers.
You made it this far into this.
I don't know. If that's a spoiler, if that my fucking roundabout rambling way of saying the plot is a spoiler, then sure, I don't think anyone could follow what I just said.
Yeah.
But it was sort of by design. That's I don't know. I'll reread a synopsis to make sure I'm remembering it right. But it felt really weird to me, that movie. And the reference stuff just kind of, I don't know, I found it annoying.
Yeah, I guess I
wrong.
kind of just popped on some of the references hard.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a good reference, right?
Yeah, and I think they're bringing out some of my favorite references from Ready Player One into Space Jam.
Sure.
Like, it was sick. Like, I haven't seen the Iron Giant in a minute. Now he's in Ready Player One. Oh, shit, he's in Space Jam, too.
Right.
Iron Giant just making a comeback in this. Like, we gonna see Simba in this shit next? Like, or Kimba, whatever. Doesn't matter. Depends who your affiliation is.
Right.
But yeah, I loved Ready Player One, dude. I just, like, Overthrow. Like, it was kind of few years before I was kind of like hyper into VR. The action was crazy. I guess it was CGI, fart fest, but at least in that arena, CGI is a little more forgivable for me because it's it's a video game. It is a computer generated thing. It's not. And LeBron James is really dunking on this weird, sexy spider and this, like, freaking dragon who's not animatronic. Okay, I was there for Jurassic Park 1. I saw the T-Rex. I know what reality is. It's still real to me, damn it.
It's Looney Tunes, bro. This shit's supposed to be wacky as fuck and over the top.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it was cartoon, I'd be all in. I'd be all in.
It looked like it was mostly cartoon.
But then they do the... Bugs Bunny has fur. Lola Bunny has a wing. Oh, they desexualized Lola Bunny. Well, guess what? They hypersexualized every other freaking character you could find. Big lip spider silver villain. What's her number? What? Let's move on past this, man. That spider villain's whack. I don't care. She's a rocket.
What's
what?
The spider villain Space Villain 2?
Okay, chill. Try silver spider villain. I don't know. She looked a little bit sultry to me in the trailer. Maybe she was just giving me eyes. I don't know.
Powys just on some shit right now.
She might have been.
You see a pic, Ray?
No, I'm just getting LeBron and Don Cheadle.
It's like, you have to win. If you don't win, LeBron, you lose all your followers to Don Cheadle. Like, great.
That's
great.
So ridiculous.
I just want my kids.
That's not actually the premise.
It.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's the stakes.
It's gonna be a fun movie 10 seconds ago.
Oh, gross.
Bro. Like, it's not the kid shooting. I mean, I know we could just be old men and say, it's not the first one, and it's not the kid shooting hoops in his front yard trying to make his dream come true. But it's like, winner gets the followers. Like,
that's a great message for kids that are gonna
I know,
watching
right?
this
Yeah,
shit.
followers above all.
And listen, as much as I understand, we may have gone into this on the pod before, but we're about to get into it again. Parents, you have to be responsible for games. You have to, like...
Listen to us. We're the experts.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I know this shit.
But, like, the video games didn't make that kid walk into Columbine and start shooting. Grand Theft Auto doesn't...
obviously not. It was Marilyn Manson that did that.
Exactly,
Don't you watch the news?
But I gotta say... Playing enough Grand Theft Auto, I was thinking about ripping someone's car door open and taking their shit for a spin. I am just so affected by...
Well, it's the same reason why you're going to be in a cult one day.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, I'll say with the video games turning kids into bad people and stuff, playing like RPGs where you get like the choice between like the good choice and the bad choice. As a kid, man, I could never bring myself to do the bad choice. I couldn't be the bad guy. I was like, I don't want this person in the video game to be upset with me. Like, I can't be mean to this person. But then at one point, a switch flipped, and I was just like, okay, I'm taking the bad choice every time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
then in real life, I take the good choice,
Right.
That's the point.
Well, for me in those games, it used to be like that, but then I'm just like, this isn't as fun. Like, it's not like I'm even playing a game then.
Yeah.
So like in the game, I'd make the bad choices.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can make them here because I won't make them in real life.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. It's a role playing game, right? Like,
Yeah.
why don't you play an actual role, not just like your little like bitch ass good choice self, right?
Yeah, I was like, a few times I played D&D in the beginning, I played it too close to like my actual personality. I'm like, I'm not even playing a character really, like not leaning into anything different.
At least that's a better D&D starting mistake than people who do the fucking edgy rogue as their first D&D character who's like, yeah, when the party's not looking, I steal all their gold. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, we're on the same team. And he's like, it's what my character would do. and their character is always like a fucking ninja whose both his parents were dead and he's a loner and no one loves him. And he's like, yeah, I'm just out here for myself.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I'd much rather a character who's being like, a little too boring than that shit, because that shit just ruins the game.
I played a very deadpan character.
Yeah.
It was just this big giant dude who like turned into basically like the Thing.
Right.
Like,
Spoilers.
What? What do you mean spoilers? He died.
D&D fanfic.
One day, maybe.
Yeah. That's
Dude,
Just going around smashing people. Those are the best characters to play.
Yeah.
Even in video games too, just going around smashing shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are my favorite. It's just, actually, that when you make the choices thing reminded me of there was a Spider-Man game back in the day where based on the actions that you took, it affected the way that the story went.
Nice.
Okay.
That was cool. It was like those choose your own adventure books.
Right.
Like flip to this page if you want to do this. I would flip to both to see what the outcome was. I'm like, I don't like the direction that went. I want to change my decision.
There's a whole genre of games that's like it's like purely that kind of stuff. Like it's like no action, no fighting, anything. It's just pure story and like almost all conversations. But it like there's so many branching paths that you can do throughout the game that it just like completely different stories. They're actually sick as hell. Like they sound kind of boring because you're like thinking, I don't do anything. I don't fight anybody. Nothing like this. It's just you just talk the whole game. But they're sick as hell.
There was that one like interrogation, like old timey cop game. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, LA Noire. That's a great
LA
game.
Noire. That's
Yeah,
the
I
one.
love that game.
That one was mostly like that, right?
Yeah, that. But like even that to the extreme. Even like there's no driving around, no missions or anything. It's just like a story is happening and you choose how the characters talk. Basically, it's super engaging.
See?
Yeah, that game's sick as hell. LA Noire. I love that game.
Fuck. Yeah. Have you guys ever been like heavily impacted by a video game or even a fucking TV show? Like change your behavior? Which ones can you think of that really like made you were affected directly from your interaction with the game?
Fuck, I don't know.
Like,
I mean, there's got to be examples.
it doesn't even have to be like, even if
Spider-Man actually had me going around shooting sticky substances on everything.
That's the reason.
Not because I'm a heathen or a perv or anything.
Yeah,
not that I can think of. Playing FIFA made me a professional soccer player.
hey,
nice. That's pretty
Yeah. In the MLS though, so it doesn't really count.
I was so obsessed with Spider-Man. I was thinking, get me the suit, get me the web slingers. I'm gonna just be him. I'm just gonna dress up as him and spray silly string out of my hands, like grade 2 shit, grade 3 shit, annex shit. Like I'm gonna spray the whole annex out. Watch me, bro. I don't know. I know wrestling made me want to run my mouth. That's for sure.
Wrestling, they would always say when we were watching as kids, don't try this at home, and immediately try it at home. Yeah. I had a younger brother who was just small enough that I could lift him and throw him around. Yeah. And he hated that shit, obviously. That's why he had to learn
submission.
What would I call it? He Renegade Jiu-Jitsu. He learned how to become good at submissions. He would catch me in a guillotine or a rear naked or something.
Yeah.
He was slippery. You try and get him and he'd just squirm until he got out of it. It was
that's skill right there, man. That's strategy.
He would beat me a lot because he just fucking knew how to get in and out of shit. And then I had one younger cousin who's, I think, he's about 7 years younger, so he was really easy because I could just I made him cry a bunch of times. Feel bad about it. He's just
stronger.
You remember when you used to throw me into shit? And I'm like, yes, I do remember it. I remember you being a little bitch and telling on me.
Oh, no telling.
No telling. I'm like, dude, I'll do whatever you want. Just please stop crying. Please stop crying. Right. You go a little too hard on your little brother. Just oh, dude, please don't tell mom.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
The best part was
I was the little brother dog. I got my fucking ass beat. I never won.
Right. Yeah, WWE said don't try this at home, and the world was just like,
It's
Streisand.
plausible deniability, man. They know that that's exactly what's going on. That's like their whole fucking model, dude.
The best part is the message changed where it's like, don't try this at home or at school or anywhere. Yeah. And then it was like, because kids were like, I'm not doing it at home or at work. Like, oh, dude, I watched a kid get powerbombed in like grade 5, and just like, that's one of the worst ones you can take because you're just taking it all on your back with no bracing or anything. He just wears it on the fucking dirt, and he was just like sucking wind, trying to get air for like 2.
The guy that smashed was like, that's not fake. That's not fake, bro. That's not fake. I got a pit bull named Hercules, bro. It's not fake.
Oh my god, this fucking
yeah, dude. So like the other day I'm watching a freaking promo, like Chris Jericho spitting some promo. Dude, Eddie Kingston, you remember my little Eddie Kingston phase? I was coming on here, hey, you fucking mother. You know, I'm not that fresh with it now. But like probably the show okay. Dragon Ball Z, probably Boku no Hero, and Pro Wrestling are the 3 that have impacted me the most. I'm sure Sailor Moon, like I watched a lot of Sailor Moon. It wasn't in a time that you could just like chronologically hit it. Somehow I was able to kind of follow Dragon Ball chronologically.
Dude, following shows back in the day where you just had to like catch it on TV at the right time, like crazy shit.
Yeah. Right? Like somehow I seem to have watched all the episodes, or it feels like I watched them all, but wasn't allowed to watch TV on the weekdays, didn't watch TV on the weekdays. Maybe I just spoke to people. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it came on the weekend. Like, I really don't remember. I need to journal more for sure. Started dream journaling again. We'll get to that. Yeah, Sailor Moon definitely touched my romantic side. Dude, How I Met Your Mother. What am I saying? How I Met Your Mother's at the table. Powys was a fucking...
Powys was basically Barney Stinson.
Barney Light.
Tried to be Barney for years.
Like, yo, suits and backhanded compliments to get women? Who's with me?
We'll never forget Powys doing the grouse grind in a suit.
Oh,
in PE class. Never forget. He did it faster than me by about 5 minutes, too. I was kind of chuffed.
International Suit Up Day.
How's just built different?
He wore a dress shirt that had a zipper on it. No buttons. It was a zip-up dress shirt. I'll never forget that shit. It was the suit.
Had a
tie. You did have a tie. You did have a tie.
I was choked. I lost to Shane O'Neill. Piece of shit. Shirt and shorts. Huh? Rematch. So yeah, How I Met Boku, dude. Like, if I'm having a war at work, dude. Last week, I was in a bit of a battle at work. I'm looking up at the stars like, man, I'm spread thin. People coming up to me, you know, it's the jester's curse or the vibrator's curse. Powys, you don't have your spark today, bro. You all right? Like, it's not in a... Come on, man, make me fucking laugh. It is not that. Yeah. It is purely on Charmed. It's not like that. I mean, I've had that other places, but at Charmed, it is at my show I'm on for the people listening to this for the first time. The people there are just concerned and loving and thoughtful, and they ask me, "Hey, man, like, you good?" And there's another girl I work with. I'm just gonna name drop her, Austin. She's just like a super bubbly personality.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And you can just tell when she's not feeling hyper bubbly. And people are just like, oh, what's up? Like, your vibe isn't just completely lifting me right away when I see you. Like, are you all good? And it's not malicious. It's very sweet. But anyway, I was at my wit's end, and then I'm just texting Kevin Zach in our group chat, like, typing one of the great All Might lines from Boku no Hero, like, I can't spoil it. I cannot spoil it.
Don't do
but
it.
I'll try to give some Cliff's notes. It's just like, basically like, one line, I'm getting like lines of a speech from All Might combined with action. Type 1 line, ooh, I start to feel that tear come. Type 2 lines, here we go. Now I'm just straight up crying behind the table. 3 lines, I'm screaming, let's go. Kev replies, yo, I gotta watch that right now. I said, send the link. Sends me the link, and I'm watching it, and there was even more rich quality content beyond just that little speech. It's the setting, him trying to be a stud in front of people, in front of the youngins, in front of the next generation, and I'm watching this shit like, I have to be an icon! Just fucking get back into it, and then boom. This is my war. This is not where I die. This is my war. And yeah, I'm grateful to the people that made Boku to let me have a vehicle like that. Because like I said in the pod before when we talked about crying, that was the clip I used to watch to get my cries out when I was at my wit's end last season. But being in Crafty, now I don't. Well, I could swing of some more public time and just ask the girls to come take over the table while I have a little 5-minute cry and come back. But
Make me a sandwich.
But they're just working so hard that it's a little different. But yeah, so Boku, How I Met, Dragon Ball, Monday Night Raw, massive tenets of my life and my personality. So be aware of what your kids are watching and
Sure.
Try to make sure that porn isn't one of those fucking things.
Honestly,
yeah, fair. That's you can strike that one out. Number 1, no porn. Number 2, no Caillou. And that's and then number
what is
3,
Caillou problematic in 2021 or what?
Caillou's just always been a little shit, man. He
Oh,
just
true.
teaches your kid to be a little asshole.
Really?
Did my
He's
brother
a little-
love that show?
Oh, he's a little whiny fucker who like gets rewarded for bad behavior, man.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, like, dude, you can, like, there's fucking in-depth takedowns of Caillou. You can
Is that why we have a snowflake generation that think that they can get away with anything?
He's an entitled little fuck. He's
Wow.
absolutely a menace. Yeah.
I never vibed.
He just whines and cries and gets his way. It's terrible.
I was always a Clifford the Big Red Dog guy, personally.
See, now that's better shit. That's better shit. You know, Clifford, that's some heart of gold stuff right there.
Yeah, and
His heart's as big as he is proportionally, you know?
wow.
And that's why he died prematurely.
Yeah, right.
Had to go there.
He only lived to 6 months. Like,
Oh, God.
But what a run it was.
right. Yeah, you
Clifford
gotta.
the Big
Dude, okay, I feel like though trying to give your kids good stuff to watch, like there's so much good stuff that like if you just like went and totally like legally acquired these things, illegally downloaded them, definitely not through nefarious sources,
Right.
and just had like a hard drive of like the wealth of great kid stuff to watch,
Yeah.
right? You would never run out of things, right? You don't have to rely on fucking algorithms on Netflix and shit.
Right.
Showing your kids Paw Patrol and subtly teaching them that the police state is a good thing. That one might be a bit more of a extreme opinion on my end, but
Martial law? We're like martial paw.
well, it's subtly ingraining in your kid's head that the police are always the good guys.
Oh, my God.
Reality teaches us that's not the case.
We're in martial paw, brother.
Right, yeah, Marshall Paw.
We need everyone.
Obey the paw.
Oh
Obey
my
the
God.
paw.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, right? You don't have to show your kids that. At the same time, you could show your kids the fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender and shit, right?
What do you mean you could? If you don't, I'm coming for you.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right? You could just have a wealth of all this great stuff, right? Show them Avatar: The Last Airbender. Show them like fucking Star Wars: The Clone Wars is all
Yeah,
about
that's a good one, eh?
like teaming up together and good will come out in the end.
Yeah?
All sorts of good stuff. Plenty of good anime shows to show kids.
Think of this.
Dude, now that I think about it, one of my most watched shows of all time is Power Rangers. And it affected how I dress. Fucking
Wow.
rainbow suited motherfucker.
Right.
Yo.
How multicolored can I be? How vibrantly garish can my clothes be?
Garish. That's actually a fact statement, dude.
I didn't even realize that until you talked about teaming up. About the Clone Wars thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we could team up with every race of person. As long as they wear the same suit as the color of their skin. That was only the first season.
Yeah.
Then, eventually they got a brown guy as the red one, and they had a black guy in there, and
those are the subtle things that you can probably get away with showing kids, and they might internalize some weird ideas, but it's probably not too damaging,
Avatar is just, it has to be.
Is it bad that I have the white Power Ranger on my desk? Am I internalizing some fucked up stuff?
Could be worth exploring.
I prefer to just go helmet, and then you just don't even know.
I think just the name itself,
What's
Makes
that?
sense, yeah.
Just the name itself is kind of problematic.
Power Ranger?
No, the white Power Ranger.
White
Oh
Power
my
Ranger.
God.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, boy.
Oh my God. Sweet Chin connects. Pulls him up for a falcon arrow. He's got him up on the shoulders. No, he's not. One-winged angel. 2 and 3. No one kicks out of the one-winged angel.
Fuck.
But yeah, dude, freaking Avatar, Clifford.
Yeah.
Dude, we got homies that are parents, man. We got to share this knowledge.
Oh, dude, Attack on Titan. I actually ate a dude last week. Pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, the fucking mega horror, like fascist fucking downtread. Yeah, perfect for kids.
Ich liebe Titan.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I just caught up. Finally, I was a few. I hadn't watched since like February or whatever. Dude, show's spicy right now.
Spicy.
Show's spicy. I don't want to spoil.
No.
I don't want to spoil because I'm sure there's people who intend to watch who haven't. But it's a good show.
I think
got some crazy shit going on right now. I love the ambiguity of who to support right now.
Right.
Kind of everybody's doing bad shit.
Right.
It's kind of like how The Walking Dead went for a second. I fear that my joke theory about it going the Walking Dead Game of Thrones route might come true. Right. It's just,
It might not, though.
It might not.
My issue with Attack on Titan is so often like, well, I say so often. The show's not that long, but like they'll get into parts where there's like a big reveal, like it's a big plot point, and then it goes for like 7 episodes of just like a bunch of shit happening, but nothing actually fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of shit going on. You're like, okay, like why? Like we learned this thing. Like why are you doing this? Like what's everyone's motivation here? And you know that there's like something just behind the curtain that they're just taking forever to show you.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's just like, come on, we can trim so much fat here.
Yeah.
But then, when you step back and look at the thing overall, you're like, oh yeah, this is a great show.
The payoffs end up
like,
being super worth it.
I guess it's just like, I don't know, man. It's so much drawing out of stuff that just it's annoying for the characters to act in stupid ways when like, I don't know.
Let's watch Boku then, dude.
The cool thing about it, though, is
I
that
might give Boku another try.
the rewatch value of it is crazy. Because I went back and I rewatched after knowing some payoffs, and there were so many little details that I was this made no sense at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, this was so blatantly obvious in front of your face, but you're so drawn in. It's kind of like a magician where they do like a misdirect, where like, here, look here, but actually there's this thing right here in front of your face that you just can't see.
Yeah. There's a couple examples like that in that show for sure that are huge ones. That they're not like super obscure that you have to be like super smart to pick up on it, but it's like things that don't really make sense at the moment, but then make perfect sense later, and you can kind of infer what's coming later. It's obvious enough, but it doesn't give it away.
Yeah,
like they do a couple hints that are really good for that in the show that I like in particular.
Right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jaaron.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Right? Do you have like a favorite show ever? Or a couple of your favorite shows ever? I guess maybe It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I mean, comedy-wise, It's Always Sunny is my favorite show ever, for sure. Like, no problem.
How about everything-wise?
I don't know. I feel like I'm always so bad at answering these questions because I need to think about it. Right? Like, I never have something like ready to go. Like, there definitely is. Like, I'm sure I could think of it and get there, but I don't know.
Like The Wire.
The Wire is good. I like The Wire, but I don't honestly, even though The Wire is like so good and important as a show, just with its like timing and like kind of bringing in the new age of like the more cinematic TV experience. I don't know how high on my list The Wire would be.
Okay.
But it is fantastic.
Have you seen Metalocalypse?
Metalocalypse, yeah, Metalocalypse. That's a fucking great show.
Did you love it? I didn't watch it. My brother's tried to get me on it for ages.
It's funny. It's like that. It's like ultimate Adult Swim humor, but it's with a bunch of like metal stuff. Like everything's like super over the top metal.
Yeah.
It's definitely a really funny show. I like it.
You seen it, Jared?
No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, dude, it's like a cartoon, right?
It's like Thunder Horse, the song. There's like, I don't know, I'm sure you might have heard some of these songs from like Guitar Hero and stuff, but it's like this joke, like Scandinavian like death metal band. Okay. And a lot of the songs are actually sick as hell too.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aizen showed me this one song. I was just like, dude, this absolutely rocks. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, but have you heard this? I don't want to know. Who's snarking my snitch today?
I think for me, pound for pound's got to be Breaking Bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair, man.
The first two that come to mind, well, How I Met Your Mother, because it still has rewatch value for me, even though the ending I didn't like at all.
Yeah.
Last two seasons I could kind of leave them, but I'll still watch them.
Respect.
But Breaking Bad, just because of just how nicely it all tied up. And
Breaking Bad is kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Have you seen El Camino, the movie?
No, not yet.
We should watch it together.
Yeah,
it's good.
We planned on it in quarantine at some time, and then just like so much shit to watch.
But yeah, just the fact that B-Bad, the build, the stakes, this went so appropriate.
I think it was one of those ones where they knew how it was going to end, and they knew how they were going to get there, and they did it.
Yeah, they had a plan, right? Yeah.
They didn't deviate from it, and it showed.
Yeah, they they offered the creator, what's his name, Vince Gilligan. They offered him like, I can't remember how many more seasons, but they wanted to extend the show because it was their best show. And he was like, no, it ends with like this season. Like this is how the show ends, and it was freaking
what a concept.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead,
right? I mean, and like it's so hard to blame people for taking those extra seasons and stuff, right? Because it's like that's your work, right? Like that's your job, right? And you want it to be. You want to keep working, right? But man, like it's some artistic integrity to be able to just be like, no, this is where the show ends, right? Because it's not even just for like Vince Gilligan still working, making the show and stuff. Like the crew, the cast, right? All these people who are like they're working on this show, right? Like that's just like it does end jobs for these people, but the art is better for it. So
right.
Also, it doesn't tarnish their reputation that they can. Their reputation is so intact after it. They can jump onto other shit so easily.
Yeah,
that's
like very
Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul were like the hottest things going after that show was done.
Yeah,
for sure.
Vince Gilligan could probably do whatever he wants.
Honestly,
even his Breaking Bad spinoffs. Like I haven't seen Better Call Saul, but I've heard it's really good.
Good. It's great. Like it's awesome. I would highly recommend Better Call Saul. It's got a really similar feel to Breaking Bad. It's not as like fucking balls to the wall and crazy or anything, but it's a really good show. You can tell it's the same guy making it, right? So.
Right.
I really liked Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Wow.
That intro used to scare the shit
so
out
scary,
of me.
dude.
Scary shit.
Just like this empty swing and like that clown thing. Like Goosebumps was kind of corny.
Goosebumps was corny.
Even at that age, like
Still scary, though, dude.
the one with the dummies kind of scared me.
Yeah.
But
Goosebumps
was a little corny, but Are You Afraid of the Dark was scary.
Hardcore, you're scared.
I remember straight up being scared of some of that shit for sure, dude.
It was so ominous.
And it had like that little roundabout thingy that was just spinning that was empty.
Yeah.
Something about children's laughter.
Who the fuck is there? Who the fuck is there?
I actually worked a day on the remake of Are You Afraid of the Dark. They were filming it in Steveston.
Crazy.
And seeing it then, I'm like, oh, this is just fucking corny. Obviously, I'm older now, but
is there like a, not that I don't think any of us are really up on kids programming these days, but is there like that sort of thing for kids anymore? Like kids horror? Because like that was sort of a thing when we were kids, was like scary stuff for kids. Right? It wasn't like slasher movies and shit, but it was like stuff that would still scare you, you know?
It's like, oh, my TikTok post only got 50 likes.
That is
Fighting abroad for my followers. I'm not familiar, but
my Wi-Fi didn't work for 2 days. That's a horror for fucking us, man.
What's that?
That's a horror for us today.
Yeah, bro, I'd be pissed.
Dude, when
got my dad,
the first place Bots and I lived together, we shared Wi-Fi with the landlords upstairs.
Right.
And there were some days where we just couldn't get Wi-Fi, and just like our quality of life was worse. Like just like come out of our rooms like fuck. I gotta like eat my dad out and watch this YouTube video. This is bullshit. Right. There were times where like one or both of us left the house to just like go do some shit because we were like the fucking Wi-Fi's not working.
I'm going to Starbucks.
Not even to go to Starbucks, but it was like that's what it took for us to get out of the house.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
I respect. I mean, one of the most scared I've ever been was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? There was an episode of something in the pool. A red monster in the pool. Just that, like, realism. Right. And the one Goosebumps that was actually scary, well, there was two Goosebumps that actually were scary. And the Goosebumps opening was a bit scary.
Yeah.
When the dog's eyes freaking changed.
The music was...
But then it got cute right after, because then the dog would bark the melody. And it's like, oh, I'm scared. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of cute little golden retriever. But the soap or the sponge under the sink,
oh yeah,
was scary.
I feel like I do remember this
because it's like the fear of the unknown, man. You reach under there, the not really well kept. What the? And then Say Cheese and Die.
Say Cheese and Die.
When one Canadian young star, Ryan Gosling, gets the big camera, starts taking pictures of his homies, and then it's like, oh, dude, you're not in the picture.
Oh, yeah. And
it's like, yo, Simon's gone. You didn't hear it? He's like, what the fuck? And then, like, the old man in the fucking trench coat. Oh, dude, we're having a Goosebumps marathon!
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's... which one's the... it was a cartoon one, and, like, every one of them would start... Like, it happened to a friend of mine.
Freaky Stories!
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is like a whole fucking genre, dude.
Dude, how about Tales of the Crypt Keeper?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, what the heck? Okay, there was like a wealth
There was a lot.
Scary shows.
And then there was also just like, there was one that used to come on Fox Kids, where these kids, it was kind of like Power Rangers, where they turned into these like robot things, but they lived in a haunted house with like a werewolf and a vampire and mummy and all this shit. I can't remember what it was called.
Seasoning?
I have no idea.
Shit.
Dino Fights.
No. I saw it on Netflix recently.
Really?
Fuck, what's it called? Dude, Beetleborgs. Did you ever hear that one? I think it came on YTV or Fox Kids or something.
That's the most fucking like our
90s
childhood name for anything ever.
Straight up.
Beetlejuice cyborgs.
They were bug robots. They were all had like weird antennas and shit on their mech suits.
Beetleborgs is too sick.
It used to come on like right around Power Rangers, I think. They might have had a
Beetleborgs. I.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Freaky Stories, man.
Yeah.
Was that dun 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 dun?
That's Dexter.
That's Dexter, dude.
All right.
That shit ain't for kids. Dexter. The first 4 seasons of Dexter are right up there on my list for sure of best shows, especially like the first season itself.
First season
when he's just like an actually fucking dead-eyed psychopath. It isn't like a really nice guy who still he still needs to kill though, right? Like he'd like see later on in the show he's just like a good father and husband who kills. You're like, well, what's going on here?
Pardon my tits.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dexter. Dude. Season 2 spoilers, Dexter spoilers. Go watch season 2 and come back. Thank you. When she makes that painting of him.
Yeah.
And he's like looking down. Lila makes him a painting and it's all fucking multicolored and so sick. Yeah. And then he fucking burns it, dude. And the shot of this fucking Dexter painting burning and melting.
That show provided one of my favorite memes of all time.
Memes?
Yeah.
Which
was
one?
when Dokes was on the hunt. He was the only one that knew.
Wow.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was like, and then all the spin-off memes.
Yeah.
Supplies, motherfucker.
All rise, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Some fries. I remember it was like my birthday and I got a card from Lisa. Surprise, motherfucker. I was like, what? And she's in like Oz or something that we're fucking traveling the world. And then I open it and it's a fucking like postcard from the fucking pyramids of Giza, dude. Lisa had like a
Pyramids of
fucking
Giza.
streak of getting me the most insane.
Oh, dude. There's
Birthday
one that I could think of. I don't know if you...
Let's hear it.
The fucking signed picture.
My favorite fucking pro wrestler in history, well, fucking female, Maurice, was in Quebec. Lise was in Quebec. Got her to sign a fucking thing. Happy 21st birthday, Powys. I'm like, no, I saw her, meet her on Facebook. I'm like typing like, no, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not. She's still there, though? And then Lise sent me this signed pic. I'm just like, yo, man, my fridge was just covered in fucking Lisa shit. Like,
That's sick.
fucking, dude.
That's good stuff.
Giving is good, man. Let's do it more.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, like, we're given every week here at TriPod. We're
True.
giving you an hour of content to, you know, listen to and, you know, feel like you're in the room with us.
Right?
And, I mean, that being said, it's kind of around that time again, isn't it, fellas?
Seems like it.
As Omar would say, indeed. Hey! Sick. Okay, boys. And thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, cool stuff. We'll see you next week.
hugs and kisses.
Bye. 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 Bye.